Hello everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the weekly report. Tariffs are not the answer. President Trump's planned 25% tariff on steel imports and 10% tariff on aluminum imports may provide a temporary boost for those industries, but the tariffs will do tremendous long-term damage to the American and global economies. Tariffs raise the prices of and reduce demand for imported goods. Tariffs ensure the preferences of politicians instead of the preferences of consumers to determine how resources are allocated. This reduces economic efficiency and living standards. Some justify these economic inefficiencies as being worth it to save American jobs. This ignores how tariffs increase costs of productions for industries reliant on imported materials to produce their products. These increased costs lead to job losses in those industries. For example, President Trump's proposed steel tariff could cost nearly 40,000 jobs in the steel-dependent automobile manufacturing industry. Tariffs also cause job losses in industries reliant on exports. This is especially true if, as is likely to be the case, other countries respond to President Trump's actions by increasing tariffs on U.S. products. Many of President Trump's critics do not themselves support free trade, which is the voluntary exchange of goods and services across borders. Instead, they support the managed trade of NAFTA and the World Trade Organization. NAFTA and the WTO promote world government and crony capitalism, not free markets. Any libertarian or free market conservative who thinks the WTO promotes economic liberty should remember that the WTO once recorded Congress to raise taxes. Foreign manufacturers may make convenient scapegoats for the problems facing U.S. industry. However, the truth is that most of the problems plaguing American businesses stem from the U.S. government. American businesses are burdened by thousands of federal regulations controlling every aspect of their operations. The tax system also burdens businesses. Until last year's tax reform bill, the U.S. had the highest corporate tax rate in the developed world. The tax reform bill lowered corporate taxes, but the U.S. corporate tax rate is still higher than that of many other developed countries. The United States not only spends more on military weapons than the combined budgets of the next 8 biggest spending countries, but it also spends billions subsidizing the defense of developed countries like Germany, Japan, and South Korea. Bringing U.S. troops home from these countries is an excellent place to start reducing spending on militarism. The biggest cause of our economic problems is the Federal Reserve. America's experiment with fiat currency has enabled a system based on private and public debt. This makes trade imbalances inevitable as the U.S. government needs foreign investors to purchase its debt. Foreign investors get the money to purchase the U.S. government's debt by selling products to American consumers. A trade war would cause foreign investors to stop buying U.S. debt instruments and could end the dollar's world reserve currency status. This would cause a major economic crisis, but at least it would stop our shores from being flooded with cheap foreign goods. President Trump's claim that trade wars can be easily won is as credible as the neoconservative claim that the Iraq War would be a cakewalk. A trade war would likely push the global economy into a recession or worse. Instead of imposing costs on American businesses and consumers and putting those whose livelihoods depend on imports out of jobs, President Trump should address the real causes of our economic problem: the welfare, warfare state, the IRS, and the Federal Reserve. Thanks for listening.